Councilman for the 4th District of Baltimore City, and I bring greetings on behalf of my colleagues at the Baltimore City Council today. Before you is Senate Bill 116, the Religious Freedom and Civil Marriage Protection Act. In the bill file, there should be a copy of City Council Resolution 08-0013R, which the City Council took a position supporting this legislation you're considering. Ladies and gentlemen, supporting this legislation is the right thing to do. To those of you who have already decided to be with us on the right side of history, I offer my heartfelt thanks, and I ask that you share the following with your colleagues who are not on this committee. To those of you who are undecided or have decided to continue to allow the status quo, I ask you to consider the following. This bill may not be popular with some of your constituents. You may be personally uncomfortable with the issue itself, much less with the idea of openly and visibly supporting the vocal minority whose rights are being restricted every day. Regardless, it is the right thing to do, and on behalf of the thousands of same-sex couples in Maryland whose rights are being restricted, I ask you for your support. If you yourself are not in a same-sex relationship, perhaps it is easy for you to dismiss this as somebody else's problem. The fact is that even those of us who are not directly affected have coworkers, friends, and family whose rights are being restricted, and please believe me when I say that if you don't think you do, evidently it's only because they don't think you can handle the truth. It is not my intention to embarrass any of you or to spot you in front of those constituents who disagree. I'm making this particular ask honestly and candidly because I do not distinguish between the law banning same-sex couples from marrying and the laws of previous generations which banned couples of different races, such as my own parents, from marrying. I acknowledge that there are those who find it today wrong and unnatural for same-sex couples to marry. Sadly, they are expressing the same sentiments as those similarly thought it wrong and unnatural 40 years ago for blacks and whites to marry. Those sentiments were wrong then, and they are wrong today. My generation has benefited from an evolution of that thinking. My children and I, in particular, have benefited in that we literally would not be here today if past legislators had not had the courage to ignore the complaints of their more conservative constituents and do what was right. I ask you to honor their memory and support this bill. Thank you. And I'm going to go off script